In both personal relationships and the workplace, criticism is an inevitable part of life. Whether it's feedback from a colleague, a comment from a friend, or a review from a superior, criticism can often feel like an attack on our character. In a world where we are constantly exposed to opinions about us, how can we learn to accept criticism without letting it undermine our sense of self? The Stoic philosopher Epictetus gives us valuable insight when he says, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." This powerful quote teaches us that criticism is not inherently harmful. It is our reaction to it that causes distress. Stoicism offers a framework for embracing criticism not as a blow to our self-worth, but as an opportunity for growth, learning, and self-improvement. In this video, we'll explore how applying Stoic principles can help us accept criticism with grace, detach from emotional reactions, and use it to fuel our personal development. By focusing on what is in our control and reframing criticism as constructive feedback, we can build greater resilience and confidence. Epictetus offers a powerful insight when he says, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them." This quote directly addresses one of the core principles of Stoic philosophy, the idea that our perceptions and judgments shape our experiences, not the events themselves. Criticism, like any external event, is neutral. It's not inherently good or bad. What matters is how we perceive it and how we choose to react. Stoicism teaches us to detach ourselves from the emotional reactions to external events. When we face criticism, we often feel defensive, angry, or hurt because we've attached our sense of self-worth to how others perceive us. But Epictetus reminds us that true peace comes from within. By changing our perspective, we can transform criticism into an opportunity for growth, rather than something that disturbs us. Epictetus' powerful quote, "It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them," is a key Stoic lesson about how we can change our relationship with criticism. In a world that constantly judges and evaluates, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or defensive when someone offers criticism, whether it's about our work, behavior, or character. We often internalize the criticism and let it affect our sense of self-worth. But Stoicism teaches us that it is not the criticism itself that hurts us. It is our reaction to it. Think about the last time you were criticized. How did it make you feel? Did it trigger anger, shame, or self-doubt? These emotions often rise because we've allowed external judgments to define our internal state. We tie our self-worth to what others think of us, making criticism feel like an attack on our identity. But the Stoic approach is different. Criticism, like all external events, is beyond our control. We can't control how others view us, but we can control how we respond. By shifting our mindset, we can choose to view criticism not as an insult, but as an opportunity for reflection and growth. Instead of allowing it to disturb our peace, we can use it to become better, stronger, and more aligned with our values. The Stoic approach to criticism separates yourself from the criticism. The first step is to detach yourself from the emotional reaction to criticism. When criticized, ask yourself, what is the feedback really about? Is it about my actions or about me as a person? By recognizing that criticism is aimed at what we do rather than who we are, we prevent our self-worth from being undermined. Examine the validity of the criticism. Not all criticism is valid or useful. Stoicism encourages us to evaluate the criticism we receive. Is it constructive? Is it based on fact? Or is it a personal attack? When we detach from our emotions and critically analyze the feedback, we can discern what is worth learning from and what we can ignore. Control your response. When faced with criticism, our initial impulse may be to react defensively or become angry. However, Stoicism teaches us that we have the power to choose our response. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can pause, breathe, and decide how we want to respond. Do we want to defend ourselves? Or do we want to listen, learn, and grow from the feedback? By practicing self-control, we can respond with calmness and clarity. View criticism as an opportunity for growth. Criticism, when taken constructively, is a powerful tool for personal development. Instead of seeing criticism as an attack, we can choose to view it as feedback, a chance to improve. Every piece of criticism is an opportunity to examine our actions and refine our approach. Growth comes from learning, and sometimes learning requires us to face uncomfortable truths about ourselves. Focus on what you can control. The dichotomy of control, a cornerstone of Stoic thought, teaches us that we can control how others perceive us, but we can control our effort and response. Rather than seeking to please everyone or change people's opinions, Stoicism encourages us to focus on the things within our power, our own behavior, values, and actions. By maintaining our focus on what we can control, we free ourselves from being affected by others' judgments. The freedom found in acceptance, the Stoic approach to criticism, is not about ignoring or rejecting feedback. It's about accepting the reality of criticism while choosing not to let it disturb our peace. When we shift our mindset, we stop letting external events, like criticism, define how we feel. Instead, we can accept criticism as a natural part of life and use it as a tool to build resilience and self-improvement. Living with Stoic wisdom allows us to develop a stronger sense of self, one that is not dependent on others' opinions, but grounded in our ability to respond to feedback with wisdom and grace. The more we practice this, the more we become unshakable, undisturbed by external judgments, and focused on continuous growth. In today's world, criticism is inevitable. Whether it comes from a colleague, a friend, or a stranger, criticism is often seen as a threat to our sense of self-worth. We are constantly judged by others, whether it's in the workplace, social settings, or even online. Yet, Stoicism teaches us that criticism in itself isn't the problem. The problem lies in how we react to it. Epictetus reminds us, it is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. This truth is at the heart of Stoic philosophy and offers a liberating perspective on how we deal with criticism. Instead of seeing criticism as an attack on our character, the Stoics urge us to view it as external feedback, a tool for growth, not an obstacle to our peace. The root of our discomfort with criticism often stems from the belief that our worth is determined by what others think of us. We seek approval, and when we don't receive it, we feel insecure and undermined. But Stoicism teaches us that true peace and confidence come from within, from living in accordance with our own principles and values, not from others' opinions. When we place our worth in the hands of others, we create fragile self-esteem, one that can be easily shaken by criticism or rejection. The Stoic path, however, encourages us to detach from this external validation and to ground our sense of self in our actions, character, and integrity. The Stoic approach to criticism focuses on what you can control. The dichotomy of control teaches us that we cannot control how others perceive us, but we can control our responses. When we face criticism, we have the power to choose how we react, instead of defending ourselves or feeling defensive. We can choose to listen, reflect, and use the criticism constructively. By focusing on what we can control, we prevent criticism from disturbing our inner peace. Separate yourself from the criticism. Criticism is often about what we do, not who we are. The Stoic mindset encourages us to separate our actions from our identity. Instead of seeing criticism as a personal attack, We can view it as feedback on our behavior, not our worth as individuals. This perspective helps us detach emotionally from the criticism and see it as an opportunity to learn and grow, rather than a judgment of our character. Reframe criticism as constructive feedback, instead of allowing criticism to lower our self-esteem or cause us to feel defensive. We can reframe it as constructive feedback. Every piece of criticism offers an opportunity for a self-reflection. Is there a truth in it? Can we use it to improve ourselves by seeing criticism as a tool for growth? We can transform discomfort into positive action. Embrace imperfection. No one is perfect. Stoics understood that imperfection is part of the human experience. Self-compassion and acceptance are essential components of dealing with criticism. We don't need to be flawless to be worthy of respect. Embracing our imperfections and being open to improvement allows us to handle criticism without letting it shatter our confidence. Daily reflection. The Stoics practice daily self-reflection to evaluate their actions and learn from their experiences. After receiving criticism, take time to reflect. Did I act in alignment with my values? How can I improve? This practice helps us approach criticism with a growth mindset, turning every challenge into an opportunity for a self-improvement, building emotional resilience. Through criticism, when we embrace criticism with a Stoic mindset, we build emotional resilience. We learn to accept feedback without feeling attacked, to improve without taking things personally, and to maintain our inner peace regardless of external judgment. Criticism no longer holds the power to diminish our confidence, because we no longer measure our worth by others' opinions. By focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, our reactions, and our actions, we create unshakable inner strength. The Stoic path to confidence is about trusting ourselves and our ability to learn from every experience, including the criticism that comes our way. The power of detachment, the real power of Stoicism, lies in its ability to detach us from external validation. When we stop seeking approval from others, we free ourselves from the fear of judgment. This detachment doesn't mean we stop caring about others. It means that we care more about living in accordance with our values than about winning the approval of those around us. Criticism can no longer disturb us when we are anchored in our own character and integrity. By embracing Stoic virtues and accepting the feedback we receive, we build a life that is authentic, resilient, and true to ourselves, no matter what others may think. As we wrap up today's discussion on the power of acceptance in the face of criticism, remember that true strength comes from within. Epictetus reminds us, it is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. Criticism, like all external events, only has the power we give it. By choosing to respond to criticism with wisdom and self-reflection, we transform it from a source of pain into an opportunity for growth. When we focus on what we can control, our reactions, our mindset, and our actions, we build emotional resilience and find peace amidst the noise. By detaching our self-worth from external opinions and aligning ourselves with our values, we gain the confidence to face criticism without fear, defensiveness, or self-doubt. The Stoic path teaches us that criticism does not define us, our response to it, and our ability to learn and grow is what shapes our true character. So, the next time you face criticism, remember that you have the power to choose your response. Use it as a tool for improvement and remain rooted in your own integrity and self-worth. Thank you for joining us today. If this video resonated with you, subscribe and share it with someone who might benefit from learning to navigate criticism with grace and Stoic wisdom. Together, let's grow in resilience and confidence, focusing on what we can control and embracing feedback as an opportunity for a self-improvement.